It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the Falcons, reigning league MVP. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Falcons and the Niners.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 25 yards that time.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Here we go, here we go. Hot, hot.
Throwing Jones. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set, go.
Now Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Keeps himself, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 12 carries, 58 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not I just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Jones. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Falcons offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks.
Come on, set! Ready.
Jones throwing to start the drive. Looking for London on the out route complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback? Too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
Ready.
To try again after the sack. Jones, and a dump off here to Robin. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the deep?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play,
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Go!
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
He's been sensational all year. He threw touchdown pass number 45 the last time they had it. We'll see if he can build on that number here. It's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hard throw, incomplete. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fill him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll rifle this. Knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down from the 33. Here's 2nd down at 7. Robinson up the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Go!
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Ready?
Back to throw. Jones. That one deep for London. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Here's Jones from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
Let's go!
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down. Jones working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's go now! Take over!
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Ready!
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield? They're eligible too.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Handoff to Robinson out of the shotgun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Here's a 2nd and 5. Robinson with another carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
Still
And
2nd
let's
down.
face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off play action. Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both.
It's week 12 of the 2028 season, and we'll be watching the Falcons, reigning league MVP. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Falcons and the
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Kalijah Cansey in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Falcons at 10-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, sack.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Jones.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. Eluding. Under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. He'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10.
Ready, break. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This pass is caught by London. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Jones now. Off the play fake. That's brought in downfield by London. But he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
An 8-yard loss brings up.
The Falcons ready to take over. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Jones keeps it himself, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Jones, a final shot before break. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Caught by London. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. The Raiders trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. The Titans seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one, all tied. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Now Jones, off play action. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Go! Off play action. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
Jones. From left side here, and it's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line.
Let's go.
Off the bootleg, Jones. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man, London, right side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Robinson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it?
Let's go now.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. Into the hands of London. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Third down and 13.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, a 14-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
He hit on the big one on that last drive. Touchdown pass number 50 on the season. What a year he's put together, and he'll try to build on it here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Right back to him on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throw left side. There's London. And take this to the other side of midfield before. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Throws right back to London, complete again. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Ready.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set. Ready.
Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Jones will sneak it, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback, keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's a sneak with Jones. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Falcons extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Come on. Set. Set, go.
Throwing Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Herrera. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Jones. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Okay, ready? Go!
Jones now off the play fake. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Jump.